Hello everyone, welcome to ABC tutorial, and this is Reza. Today I will show you how we are actually making validation using AngularJS. So before starting, I want to share you that this is actually the part number 19 of point of sale. So in part number 18, already I show you how you can configure the AngularJS and how we used the AngularJS inside the project. Okay, so AngularJS is very nice and lightweight and very easy to use. Uh, Today I will show you the validation things. So actually this is our HTML file, CS HTML file. So I have to go script file, home product stock. So my operations will be like this is Samsung A71 and Samsung A7 batch number 0. So if Samsung A71 batch number 0 already exists, so if I select this and I put quantity, purchase price and price, if I save, then currently it's saving, but it should not be saved. So but if I want to save, then it should be incremental option. I mean Samsung A71, this will be batch number 1, I mean next batch of the current existing batch. So this will be our validation logic. So when we will trigger this validation, when we will click on the save button. So the save button method is save product stock, right? So how you can check? Just go to inspect. See, this is save product stock. Go. This is our method. So before starting everything, so I will put the validation. So how I will put the validation? So first I have to check the list. Where is the list? Product stock list. So first for loop, if product stock list I dot batch name, actually batch ID. Okay, so which batch ID is coming in list, get all batch. Okay, sorry, no. In product stock list I need to check out the batch ID, I mean which name it is, the batch of batch ID. This is okay, this is the batch ID. So equal to select product ID, batch ID, this batch ID. So if I select, if I select any batch from here, this will be stored in ng model batch ID. So I will check with this. So if scope, so if product list, so I should give the scope here also. So if product stock list I batch ID equal to product stock batch ID, then it's duplicate, right? But not only batch ID and the product ID is same. If batch ID and product ID is same, so product ID where this product ID. So if I just and see the batch ID. So here will be product ID. This is product ID. So actually for each of the row, I mean for each of the item item of product stock, if the product ID and the existing selected product ID and the product batch ID and existing selected batch ID is equal, then it will show a message that alert you cannot select same batch, same product batch again. So the instruction is please change the batch. So here I need to check this JavaScript change is already reflected inside my code or not. Okay. Where is the script? Home product stop. Save, yes. Okay, if I save already. Okay, there is a version mismatch and of a bootstrap and jQuery, maybe that's why it's not loaded automatically. If I select a drop down, then it's loading. So like Samsung A71 and batch 0s already exist. So if I just put something, then so if I check the database, it's not saved. So I need to check where is the validation. Validation is not showing here. Product list is not defined. Oh, sorry. There is no scope exists, so I have to provide the scope here. So now again reload the page. See, it's okay. Now batch 0, Samsung A71 batch 0 40. If I click, see here you cannot select same product batch again. Please change the batch. Okay, so if I check, it's saved. No, it's not saved because already validation message is showing here. So I have to change the batch. If I change batch, it is success. And if I change and if I come again, see here the batch 1 Samsung A71. That means same batch and same product is not possible here. So why it's not possible, I will show you. Because like for first batch the price was like 10 taka or $10, but in second stock price is so high and this price is $44. So in that case always the batch should be different, and this batch always same product same batch should not be allowed to entry. So now come to the edit option. So how we can edit these things. So I will just write a method name just copy this. So in product stock, scope, product stock, it will be item dot product stock.
Actually, for we are using now 1.8.2 version of AngularJS, so that's why we, instead of success, we are using everywhere then. See here a article, it's showing that the version what we are using, actually 1.8.2, this is not supporting the success. So see, our version is 1.8.2. so this version actually not supporting success option. So instead of success, we actually used then. So you can replace all the success by then. So you can follow this, or you can download my project from my website and see, for every get request we just replace success then by success. And see, here is the set for edit method. We just directly passed item to the object. So after doing this, if we reload the page, it's automatically, no need to click anywhere, automatically just after loading the page, it's loading the list data. So this kind of piece is fixed here. Okay, and see, inside the set for edit method, we just pass the item parameter. Just we set the item parameter to the product stock object. Okay, so everything is coming properly, all the data is coming properly and setting properly, but the drop down, I mean a normal input box is loading data when we clicking in edit option, but in drop down it's not loading. And also edit, if we edit, everything is working properly. So one thing here, you have to remind that we actually trying to updating data and saving data from the same form. Okay, so in that case, when things are saving, in that case we will not allow to duplicate batch and product, and if it is in edit mode, we will allow the items to edit. Okay, so this is the list where we are showing our stock things after entry. So if anything is enter here, then it will be saved in database. Actually there is some problem in our click, when we are clicking the save method, when we are clicking save, even when we are editing, after then save method is calling, right? So for both save and edit, we use same method. Okay, and we use same button. So in that case, we have to handle it by our validation. All right, so the validation, we have to change the validation logic. Okay, See, here we are using the validation logic. So we actually use the product stock table primary key ID to validate whether it is new entry or it is editing. So during editing we will save the data to, we will update the data to database, but during entry we will never allow to duplicate entry, because during save these data already exist in our list, right? But this data we are editing, so in that case we have to handle it. But for new entry also this validation will be work. If if the primary key ID is below or 0 equal to 0, then we will check the validation. So still it's not working because it's a actually this is integer field, so always it's not sure that always it will come integer type of data like 0. So sometimes it come null or undefined type of value using through jQuery. So that's why we have to follow these rules, that we have to handle the validation by null and empty string and by undefined value. Okay. So in AngularJS you have to remind that sometimes it's not updating instantly. Cache is not updating instantly, so that's why you have to click Ctrl F5 more and more, or click you should have to clear your browsing data also. See here, by wrongly we never save this document, so without the saving document it will not reflect on our client side. So we have to save the document So after saving cache, we have to clear the cache, and we have to click Control F5 or Control R. So if I click, still the drop down is not coming, but see, there's edit things are working, right? So previously it was 10, now it's 11, so actually now it's working. So after everything saving, we trying to reload the list. So list will, after clicking on saving, after saving, this will be reload to the list. See, reflection is coming instantly, but still drop down is not working. So for drop down we will have to have a new solution. So in next video we will show you a solution, but everything is working fine. But actually this to drop down product and the and batch, this is not required to show now, because actually we will never change this batch or product things from edit option. We will change quantity and the product, sales price or purchase price. So now we actually we will provide the validation of different type of validation, like if what I said, that it's not sure that always this value, from client side, this primary key value quantity ID will be always integer. It can be null, it can be empty, it can be undefined. So that's why you have to handle all the scenario here. Then after everything will be fine. If it is null, then of course we will consider it as a new entry. If it is undefined, then also we will consider it as a new entry. And even if it is empty string, then also we will consider it as a new entry. If we reload and inspect and see, reflection is coming here. Yes, reflection is here. So you will delete the entry, previous entry. So we will reload, and if we go for edit, it's working. But if we go for entry, new entry, see, this entry is already exist. Okay, so it should be a validation message. Yes, it's working fine. So if we try to edit, then it should work. Okay, so yes, it's working. So that means everything is working and validation is working properly. Just the missing things is the drop down is not loading. So we will just I'm requesting you to see the next video. So in next video I will show the drop down fixing issue, but for the time being we will I'm just giving you a temporary solution. Temporary solution means what I said previously, that this two drop down value is not required for our case, because actually we will never change this product or batch from our edit UI, right? So during edit we can hide this two drop down. So it's a new things we can learn, that how we can hide a drop down or input box using AngularJS. Actually this is ng if, but in ng if it's hiding, so this is not working. So I will try using ng if and ng show or ng hide. So now I will use ng hide. ng hide mean if this condition is true, it will hide. Okay, so that means if it is greater than 0, then it will be hide. Yes, it's working. So I will just use the same logic to the other drop down as well, but this is not the permanent solution. Again, I'm saying you that I will fix this problem in next video. Actually this is the AngularJS versioning problem, so I will change my AngularJS version. See here, two drop down are hidden when we are going for editing, but if we come for new entry, first time it will show all the drop down and things. So very important things, you just change the success to then. Okay, because in this new version of AngularJS it's not working, so I will try to fix it this next video. So watching next tutorial for finding the solution of AngularJS problem. So keep subscribe and keep watching. Thank you very much. Bye bye.